Good morning. So welcome to the world debut of Big Country Mobster. We're going to playtest Big Country Mobster together. It is finished. Now it's a matter of playtesting and refining math and making changes to the rules. But I thought, wouldn't it be fun to share the debut here together? We're gonna make our mobster / gang, and we're gonna play Big Country Mobster. So let's go ahead and do this. First, we have to create our mobster. Remember, this uses the Big Country boxing engine. So our mobster, I'm going to name him Lester 2 bits Lachino. Lester 2 bits Lachino, right? So what is he known for? Let's make that roll. We're going to find out. Let's make a roll here and find out what he's known for. Here we go. So on that chart, he is known for 6. 6 is not for no dame. All right. So in other words, we don't let women get in the way. Not for no dame. Not for no dame. So my guy doesn't mess around with the ladies, right? Plus, so I start with 625 points. Plus 35. We're already up to, what is that, 650? 660? All right, so next up we do type, the kind of guy, the personality type of my mobster. Let's find out what my type is. Everything in this uses a D10, so it's a pretty simple game. 10. Delegates. So I like to delegate to my underlings, right? That's a smart tactic for any good manager. You should be able to delegate. Hopefully you delegate to competent, trustworthy, and people with initiative, right? That's the way I judge it as someone who's always been a delegator. All right, the crew. This is my guys. What are my guys like? So let's find out what my crew's like. Let's hope they're not morons. 7. Neighborhood guys. All right. So again, we're going to be. I delegate. I don't let women get in my way as far as gumming up my ambition or becoming the priority that wrecks my focus. I delegate to my underlings, and it turns out they're all good guys. They're all neighborhood guys. So the neighborhood likes them, respects them. They treat the neighbors with, so this is my crew. And that's also a plus 35. Man, I'm going to have a starting mobster who's pretty dang good. And last but not least, the mattresses. This is what we do when things get bad. When we go to the mattresses, what do? If anybody knows Godfather, you'll know what the mattresses refers to. So when things get really dangerous for our crew, what do? I rolled a 7. 7 is judge not us, plus 50. Oh, dang. So we buy off judges. Judge not us. We buy off judges to put pressure on pursuing our enemies via the court system. Beautiful. My God, we're going to have a great mobster in the first playtest. Let's add this up, folks. So 625. Let's grab the calculator because I can't trust my own ability to do math in my head. All right, so 625 plus 35 plus 5 plus. I did not score a negative in the creation of this character. Plus 50. This is by far the best. I've never even made a boxer in all of my careers to start out this good. 750. He's 250 points shy of being able to take on the Don's district. So already I've got a great jump start here. 750 is my MR, it's called. So your MR, I have 750 MR. So your MR is the only thing that will ever change. What you're known for and all that stuff just sets the kind of guy narratively you are to explain the results that you get. All right, so now that we know that, I've named him. So I have Larry 2 bits Barcelo. Clearly, I like the nickname 2 bits for some reason. And then, of course, I'm going to write up how the game flows, how the game works. All right, so this is where you start every single session, and you do this to start every single turn. And so we need to roll what's called the game flow chart. This is going to tell us where we are during this turn. So I'm going to actually make notes on my paper so I can come back. Turn 1. Let's roll the 10. All you'll ever need for this game is the charts, the book, the dice, books, dice, and the charts. And what did I roll? I rolled an 8. All right, so our first turn, the Irishman. Murphy is growing too strong. The industrial district. So we're going to the industrial district. right out of the gate. And this is where our opening scene of our comic book or of our movie or of our TV show or whatever, you can imagine it cuts to an opening scene. The Irishman Murphy is growing too strong, might be what's whispered by one of my henchmen. And we go to chart, industrial chart. So we're going to go down here to the industrial chart. And this is our first turn. This is a big deal. The industrial chart. This is Sean the Irishman Murphy's district. This is where the people work in factories for 12 hours a day. There is a small industry growing here, and the top employers are all within this territory. Murphy victimizes both the labor and the unions. He rules over the ID, as is known by the mobsters, with brute force and deep connections to factory owners and managers. Murphy is hated by everyone. He has no allies, just victims. Extortion is used against owners and managers and violence against everyone else. Now we need to roll to see what trouble we get into here. Okay, boys, let's roll into the industrial district and mess with Murphy. And it's going to be a 10. 2 G-men are here to shut down factories, change their minds. Oh, man, we got a DR705. So number 10. We are 750 minus 705. We're going to be plus 45 on what's called the conflict resolution chart, CRC. And now we got to go down to the CRC and find out whether we convince them to not shut down the factories. Now imagine the narrative. We wait for them in the back seat of their car. They climb into their vehicle into the night to go home, back to their hotel. And maybe we're waiting for them in their hotel, and we give them a little, we might bribe them. We might threaten them. But either way, I need to change their minds. And if I make the roll here, and if it's green, that's the bonus I get for my MR. And it means we succeeded, and we send them home. They don't shut down any factories. If I fail, that means maybe they call the police, they usher us out, and they shut down not only that factory, but another one. And, so again, narratively, what does this look like? All right, so we are plus 45. So we're in this range right here, which is right smack in the middle. And you can see the chart is pretty much weighted evenly between us. This is a 50-50 chance that we are going to actually change their minds. We need to roll high. 10, baby! And that also means we get plus 65. So we succeed. We convince the feds to not shut down the factories. To not shut down. Right? But we also gain to my MR. So 750 plus 65, 750. So already I'm getting stronger. 815 is my new MR, folks. And so already I've showed up in Paradise City, and I'm doing good works. As I have protected 2 factories, we don't ask the details as to why or how I did that. I would assume with a little threats, maybe payoff. I don't know. Maybe a little of both. Threaten, and then we agree to an arrangement. That's turn 1. So already we've had success on the first turn. All right, turn number 2. We need to roll the game flow chart again and see what occurs. Right, so we come down here and we go boom. And this one is, damn, an 8. Okay, I thought it was another 10. 8. The Irishman Murphy. Okay, back to the industrial district. So for some reason, we're like this industrial district deal right now. Industrial district. Game turn 2. So we're actually dealing with the industrial district early in our career here, and so far we've had positive effect on the industrial district despite Murphy being hated. And here we go. So remember, our mobster might be working with these guys, might be working against these guys, might be building my own gang. You'll see how it works. What did I roll? I rolled a 4. Protect the scabs from the angry Union strikers. Ooh, 900. So we have been asked by Murphy to get the scabs safely through the Union picket lines and get them back to work while the Union strikes. Narratively, how do we do that? Do we threaten the Union foreman and tell him if any of these guys get hurt, it'll be you that pays the price, or do we actually physically protect them? It's your mobster. It's your story. I'm going to say that we have a little midnight rendezvous with the head of the Union foreman, and we tell him tomorrow we're going to be bussing in scabs, and if anything happens to that bus, you're a dead man, right? So it's going to be one of those conversations. 815 minus 900. That puts us at negative 85. Is that right? Can I do my math? Am I getting my math right? Negative 85. So we're going to get to negative 85 on these charts. This is going to be a tough one. Now we're down here. So again, you can see we only got 4 points that we can win this. We need to roll high. Come on, baby. Let's not have the Union for 10, baby. We're going to win it. And we're going to score 50 more points. Holy cow. This was number 4. And we protected the scabs. Wow. And we got plus 60. What did I say? Plus 50. So we're now 815 plus 50. We're up to 865. And my career as a mobster is looking really good right now. You got to love that. Let's go back to turn 3. So now we're on to turn 3. You're going to notice something different immediately between this and boxing. We are not changing the DRs. So in boxing, when you defeat a boxer, their rating changes. Or if they defeat you, their rating goes up. In this, the ratings don't change unless the chart at the bottom says a particular result. So some of the charts will tell you what you do if you succeed or fail on that chart. Okay. Wow. So we have spent time in the industrial district getting the job done. So I would say we're probably developing a pretty good rapport with Murphy. But again, no one likes Murphy. All right, turn number 3. Let's make a roll here and find out. 1. Uh-oh. 1. Boss, you've business to attend here at the HQ. Oh, man. Okay, so the HQ is your own territory, and when you have your own neighborhood or your own territory, which we all do, right? If we're going to be mobsters, we're going to have a neighborhood that's where we got our foothold. That's where we keep up our amount of revenue, and that's where we keep our clients happy. So the idea is you have to maintain your neighborhood. Well, here's the deal. You cannot benefit from success here, right? I can only fail. I can choose to take a 20-point hit and go anywhere else on whatever number I roll. So let's make a roll and see what we get. And then I can choose whether I want to take a 20-point hit to go somewhere else. Okay, so here we go. Watch this. So let's roll. Because you've got to maintain your neighborhood, but you don't have to really do a lot. So 2. 2 says, Finkelstein's Bakery hasn't paid their protection. DR 150. Oh, I kind of go in there and bust some heads, maybe tear up some bread. You know, maybe dishevel flour all over their back room, scare the bejeebers out of the Finkelsteins, and tell them, listen, for me to run my neighborhood, I got to get paid. It's a DR 150. My God, that gives us a huge advantage. So we are going to attend business, although I can't benefit from this, but that will I'll avoid a automatic 20-point loss. So I am going to go ahead and attend business, but it can only hurt me if I fail this roll. But let's go ahead and do it. So we're going to attend the Finkelsteins. Number 2, attend to business. All right, we are 865 minus, this is only a 150 challenge. We're going to be at 705 on the charts. We're at the very tip top of the charts. We can only fail on 1 roll here. And with my luck, I'll hit that 1 for the first time today. All right, so we're up here. So if I don't roll a 0, I'm good to go. Oh my God, I was calling those 10s. Whoops, I was messing up those rolls. That's all right. Remember, 0 is bad. Okay, so here we go. Sorry, I was thinking that 10 because it says 10 on the die. 6, I think we're going to get it though. 6 is 175 bonus. If I could get a bonus, I cannot here. All I can do is succeed. So what that means is I attend to business. I remind the Finkelsteins, I remind the bakery that they must pay protection or things are going to get ugly for them and their bakery. We might have to turn their bakery into a butcher shop or something. They're not going to like that. So I am at 865 still, and we succeeded, but it wastes my time. It's basically a time waster, and there is a chance you could fail, which could hurt you. All right, so let's go on to turn 4. So already we're 4 turns into this game of determining the career of my mobster. All right, here we go. Let's roll again. I got to remember 10 is 0. Actually, 10 is 10 on these charts. 6. Gordy, the Rusky, Georgievich, keeps making threats. 5 points chart. Oh, wow. So we're headed to 5 points. All right, so this one is 5 points. 5 points. I don't know about you, but it seems like every city has a 5 points. Denver has a 5 points. I don't know, but 5 points is residential neighborhoods, boroughs that come together in the 5 points. 5 points is a confluence of 5 boroughs of neighborhoods: Polish, Irish, German, Russian, and Hungarian. The Ruski, as he is known, lords over his district. However, it seems every few years a new boss emerges. Sometimes it's a Hungarian, a Pole, an Irishman, or a German who runs the district. This is a residential district, and the union seems to be the center of the mob's income. This is mostly hardworking people, but they like their gambling and whores just like anybody else. Most other bosses steer clear of this district, but to perpetrate easy crimes. So we should be looking to perpetrate an easy crime here. Let's make a roll. Let's find out what we do in 5 points as the mob rolls into the 5 points. Or my mob, 1. The Ruski is running raids on us. Oh, that little bastard. Put a stop to it. DR 595. Okay, so he's running raids on us. Raiding my HQ. We are 865 minus his 595 threat. So let's get out the calculator. I want to get this right. I really should have a calculator in front of me here, but let's do this. 685 minus. But this is a good way to play test. Everybody gets to see how the math works. So we're plus 270, so that's a good thing. So we're going to go into this challenge plus 270. All right, here, plus 270. So we're right here. Right? We're right here. Only 3 chances. So 0, 1, and 2, we lose this challenge. So right now, we're in complete control. Don't roll a 10. Oh, 0. Remember, that's not a 10 anymore. I had to remember that. We were 270. 0, minus 15, and we failed. So they end up running raids on us, causing problems, and we actually lose. But fortunately, we don't lose a lot. We were so superior in our conflict. We do run them out, but not without suffering losses. So what this means to our overall rating is this could be some of my crew gets killed. It could mean they burned down a building or two. It could mean that they maybe killed some residents or whatever. They might have spooked the residents into losing faith in me as the dawn of the neighborhood. But either way, folks, we are going to lose 15 points. I'm now down to 850. That's our first loss. We do not succeed. Minus 15 points. We're down to 850. All right, turn number 5. So far, though, we haven't had any major story events, really, right? All right, let's go back up here to the turn. So we go back up to game flow. Similar to the boxing game, is you have a where you determine what circuit you're fighting on, and then you roll to see what boxer you're fighting in that circuit. As I said before, this is definitely using the boxing engine, right, for solo play. All right, the game flow chart. Let's find out where we go. Let's hope it's not back to the Irishman, right? I'm kind of tired of banging around the Irishman's district. 7. Abraham Goldsmith is careful. Let's force him out. The Jewish quarter. Oh, wow. So we're going to the Jewish quarter. All right, here we go. We're going to the Jewish quarter. And let's find out what we do here in the Jewish neighborhood, right? And let's read about the Jewish neighborhood here. Oh, I passed them up. There it is. This neighborhood is home of the Jews, a thriving community that sticks to its own business but uses other gangs to conduct business transactions, and sometimes these transactions are subtle and lucrative if the right mobster can get in good with Abraham Goldsmith. So, again, you're not so much going to do a whole lot of damage to them as you're going to work with them or maybe around them. But let's find out what we do in the Jewish quarter 3. They are having trouble with Nazis. Oh, so we got some skinheads, some white supremacists, some anti-Semites. And you know what? We are going to put a punching and an arse kicking upon these anti-Semites. 850. There's one thing 2-Bits doesn't like. It's an anti-Semite, but boy, we only have a 90-point bonus. We're plus 90. So these, they may be a bit dangerous here. So let's help Goldsmith put an end to the Nazi trouble he's getting, the skinhead trouble that's affecting him. So plus 90, we're going to be right here. And again, we have 4 chances to fail. We want to roll a 4 or better. 4 or better. Oh, no. We lose to the anti-Semites. What? 4 or better. No, I rolled a 1. We lose 20 points. We're down to 830. So things aren't going well for us in the last couple of weeks. By the way, this was what number was this on the charts? This was number 3. I got to write down number 3, the Nazis, man. And so we ultimately help him, but again, not without suffering some losses. Maybe some men die. Maybe we make enemies, and it begins to affect our reputation as that we're found to be helping and protecting the Jewish quarter. So maybe that hurts our reputation among people who don't like the Jews. I don't know. That's why we're playing the game. It's our narrative. How do we want that narrative to go? Wow. So we lose that. That stinks. Let's go back up. This is turn number 6. Now you can see this in weeks or months, right? In May, April, you could literally make your turns 1948 May, and what happens during that month, right? It's entirely up to you how you want to see this. All right, game flow chart. Let's do it again. 2. The coppers are filling quotas, boss. Dang. Now the coppers are tough. The coppers are in a way special again because you cannot. This chart never changes, and they are fairly dynamic in their challenge. However, I'm pretty high. I'm at 830, so they shouldn't be a big challenge. The coppers sometimes decides to crack down on the racket. Sometimes they are testing the resolve of to pay bribes. Sometimes they get a tip from an enemy and must act to keep up morale of the residents in Paradise City. No matter what the reason, the coppers get aggressive. It's always a problem for a district boss. This chart cannot be avoided for any reason. So they're basically in my neighborhood, and this is what's going on in my neighborhood. The coppers are basically causing trouble in my neighborhood. And here we go. Are you dirty cops? 1. The DA is cracking down on the rackets. DR 350. Okay. So this is going to be coppers, and the DA is cracking down. So we got to basically deal with this. So basically the threat here is they'd be closing my bookie joints. He might be ousting my prostitutes. He might be locking up my prostitutes. Whatever, again, narrative you want to see. This is a challenge to my reputation. So remember, these things aren't always whether I'm winning a fight or something. It's not me versus the DA in a fist fight or a gunfight. It is how well I can take this hit. Remember, your rating is everything about you. It's your revenue, it's your gang, it's your reputation, it's your power. So it's a threat. I'm 830. This is only a 350 threat. It's going to put me at what, 490? Right, 490. So we're going to be on the charts pretty darn high here for this. But let me double check to make sure I get my math right. Because again, this is a play test, so I don't want to make any boo-boos here. 830 minus 350. I think it's 490, right? No, 480. See, this is why I check it now. This 480 might fall into the next category. So for us to survive the cops under order of the DA to crack down, we have got to survive this. 830 minus 350 is 480. So we're up here. Wow. So we just don't want to roll a 0. Okay? We're okay. Matter of fact, if we roll high, so if we rolled high, we could score 250 points. We could really turn the tables on the DA. Again, narratively, what would that look like? Well, it might be that we get some evidence on the DA. We might get some blackmail on the DA. He's humping his secretary or something. And guess what, folks? We really flip the switch on the DA, and our reputation goes way up among the other mobs, right? So remember, this number is also how the other Dons see us. Okay? So here we go. We need to roll a 9, but not a 0. 3. I think we did okay still. 3. Yeah, we made 75. So we succeeded. So we survived the threat of the DA. And again, we can see that as maybe it's just we survived it. We didn't actually threaten the DA or anything. But plus 75. So 830 plus 75. We are now at 905, folks. And we're only in the third, or let's say the 7th month of my reign. Remember, people don't know this, but Al Capone, what's amazing about Al Capone is the most famous mobster in history, and he only reigned for like 18 months. This is what people don't know. People have no idea he was only the head of the mob for, I think it was 18 months, or maybe it was 28 months. So, pretty fascinating to think that he was one of the most famous gangsters in history, and he really was only at the top I think it was 18 months, right? So pretty crazy. All right, here we go. Again, I'd have to look that up. It's been a while since I read the book about Al Capone. All right, turn 7. Here we go. Let's see what we get into this month. 3 again. Oh, wait, no, this is new. Did I roll 3? I did roll 3. This is new. 3. Charlie Hennigan is weak. Let's push him, boss. The Old Town chart. So the Old Town is the base neighborhood. So every city has an old town, right? That's the town that was the roots before the city grew up and around it. So Old Town, right? Let's read it. Old Town used to be all there was of Paradise City. A small town in a picturesque river basin, a paradise. Boy, has it changed in the last century. Old Town is dominated by Charlie Hennigan and his gang. They specialize in prostitution but have a small lottery racket, and they have been known to do business with outsiders, mostly as muscle for other operations. This is a violent group of old thinking hoods. All right, so this is Old Town, and most of what they're doing is lottery and prostitution. Let's find out how we deal with Charlie Hennigan this month. Old Town, number 5. So far, playtest is going great. I'm not finding any really weird stuff. Number 5. Oh, this is starred. This is a special result. The Old Town is a fire trap. Buy a building and buy some insurance. Minus 25. Hallelujah. So we have to give up 25 points immediately. That's going to put us at, oh my God, forgive me, folks. I'm just not in the math mind right now. 905 minus. I should be able to do this instantly, but 880. So we're down to 880, but guess what? We own a building now in the Old Town. So right there, number 5, star, we own a building, and it's insured. Can you see where this is going? It's insured. Nice. So we own a building and it's insured. So that now changes the chart. So read this here. It says the chart descriptions 5 and 8 are blanked out after they appear in play. If you roll 5 again, it becomes 8. So 5 is now 8. So number 5 equals number 8 in the future. So there's going to be 2 chances for me to roll 8 next time I'm in this neighborhood. Okay? So that's a chart change. Actually see a chart change there. All right, let's go on. So far, man, things are going great for I'm in my 8th month of my career, and things are going great for my mobster. Let's go back to the top. Game flow chart. And let's do it again. Very simple. You just need a D10 to enjoy this. 6. Gordy the Rusky Georgievich keeps making threats. 5 points. So we're back to 5 points. The Rusky, he's running 5 points right now. Let's see if we can deal with this. We haven't seen any of those yet. 5 points. All right, so let's make a roll here and see what we can do in 5 points area to either get more reputation or to cause problems. 8. A strike is hurting business. Okay, so this is number 8. A strike is hurting business. They need to get back to work. DR 765. Ooh, this is a real problem. We're only 880 minus 765. So we're really giving up a lot of leeway here. 880 minus 760. We're going to be positive, but only 115. Plus 115. All right, let's go down to the chart and let's see if we can achieve success. Man, this is scary. 115. So again, it's almost 50-50 for us. I have to roll high. Come on, baby. Roll high, roll high, roll high. 8. Yes, we're going to get it. And we're 115. 8 is plus 80 points. Hallelujah. So we force the strike to end. Again, you can think of what a narrative that you choose to when you write this in your journal, right? On month 8, we helped him to strike. This would be something you would write, right? And plus 80. So we are now up to 960. Wow, 40 more points, and we can actually go deal with the Dawn if it comes up on the charts. So we're real close in the 9th month. This is amazing. This is amazing. What can we do? We might get to the actual Dawn in this playtest. Wouldn't that be a trip? All right. All right, here we go. That's HQ. We don't want HQ. We want There it is. The game flow chart. Let's roll something fresh. 10. Let's push Dawn. Oh, we can't. We can't. So let's go down to the Dawn chart, though. We're not allowed to until we're at least... Oh, wait. No, you have to be 1,100 to push the Dawn. I forgot. So it takes a while to get enough points up to deal with the Dawn. So we're not allowed to do the Uptown District. What does it say here? Have to be 1,100 points. Once I make it to this chart, no matter what my MR is in the future, I can always go back to the chart. So even if I make it and I fail or I succeed, whatever the case may be, and my numbers drop below 1,100, anytime this chart comes up, once I've already been on it, I can come back to it, right? I'm allowed to. But as it is now, I don't have enough points, which means I have to go up to my HQ chart and I have to conduct meaningless business. So unfortunately, now I have to roll this. Remember, I can only get hurt from this. I cannot get help from this. So let's make a roll on our headquarters chart. 8. So at home, there's a new kid in town. He needs a lesson taught him. 75. Yeah, we're going to kick this kid's. So there's a new kid in town who thinks he can put pressure on us. I don't think so. So we're going to end up Uptown to HQ, number 8, new kid. And it's 960 minus 75. We know what that is on the chart. That's going to be the big portion of the chart. So we just don't want to roll a 0. If no, that means this new kid is a real threat to our future, right? If this kid somehow finds a way to get away from us or to cause the damage. Oh my God, he did. So this new kid, I'm going to give this new kid a name, Johnny, because this kid just made an impact on me. Johnny Blood Parker. So this kid shows up. He's crazy as hell with his goons and his girlfriend, and ends up outwitting us, causing damage to my neighborhood. Maybe robs a local bookie joint. It only costs me 5 points, so we're at 955. But the point here is this kid now might become the bane of my future. This is the 10th month coming up, and I'm down to 955. This kid somehow got my attention. This is pretty sweet. Let's go back to the top. Back to the top. So I think this game is almost ready to release. Here we go. Game flow chart says 4. I think it's something different. Ah, there we go. Jimmy Big Dog Jackson has some juice, boss. The rail yards chart. Oh, so Jimmy runs the rail yards, right? Let's go to the rail yards. Jimmy Big Dog Jackson controls the rail yards and the surrounding neighborhood. Jackson gets a kickback on all freight coming in. A tax, he calls it. But more importantly, Jackson can ship merchandise out easily, and he levies a tax on that service as well. Jackson is shrewd but crude, and he uses extreme force to handle all his problems at home or elsewhere. They should call him Jimmy Shotgun Jackson. All right, so in turn 10, we're at the rail yards. This ought to be fascinating. What are we going to do at the rail yards? 8. Rail yards number 8. Let's go bust up some railroad tracks. DR 300. Okay, so we're just going to basically cause trouble for Jackson, right? So we're just out causing mischief. This is not really again, this might affect our reputation. It might be slowing down. Maybe we've even left a sign, stuck in the pocket of a beat up rail worker that tells Jackson, you need to lower your taxes on freight. Right? So it could just be a warning to him. So this is going to be a 655 bonus for us. We can only fail on a 0 again, so we know that. But let's find out if we can not only win this, but if we can make some big bank on this reputation-wise. 2! Jiminy! So we succeed, but boy, we don't get much. So we actually tear up Railroad and send a threat that he needs to lower his tariffs on all of us hardworking folks. Plus 75, though, so we are going to improve. We were 955 plus 7. We are actually almost able to go into the district now, the Dawn's district. 955 plus 75. We're up to 1,030, folks. So it's taken us 10 months to get to 1,030. We got to get some more paper. So we're going into the 11th month. I've already enjoyed 11 turns of this solitaire story. So now we're in the 11th month. Wow, fun. All right, let's go back up here. And so far, we have not bottomed out. But remember, I started with a powerful guy. If you happen to roll up a guy that's in the 400s or something, this won't be as easy. I happen to get lucky and roll up a really strong guy out of the game. So, again, we're playtesting to see if the math works. All right, it might be too easy. 10. Okay, we're going to go. Let's push Don. Oh, I get to go back to the Don, but I'm not enough. I'm 70 points shy. So I got to go to my HQ, which is, as I know, as we said before, we cannot benefit from this chart. We can only do business. 6. Your top enforcer is on trial to go down for 10 years. Oh, my God. 625. This can only hurt us. We are at 1,030. This was number 10 to HQ because I wasn't strong enough to tackle Don Marcello's neighborhood. Damn it. All right, so 1030 minus, look how difficult this is, 625 in my own neighborhood. However, that puts us at 400 and something. All right, so we're at 1030 minus 625. We're at plus 405. And I cannot afford to fail this. We cannot benefit from this. We can only hurt from this if we mess this up. So that means my top enforcer, we're going to have to bust him out of jail or we're going to have to buy off the judge. That's what this is going to amount to. So here we go, 405. Let's make the roll. Let's see if we can buy off the judge and get our guy kicked out of the court system. 0. No, he's going to prison. He's going to prison. Damn it. Okay, so we're at 405 right here. And I failed. Minus 8 points. So again, no big deal on the loss, right? My MR drops. So he's going to prison. So my top enforcer sent up for 10 years. Going to prison. Sing Sing or whatever it is. MR. We lose 8 points. So we're down to 10, 22. But here's the point, right? That represents what it cost me or what my reputation took a hit. So my morale of my men are like, dude, you can't. I mean, that's Charlie. That's our top. That's Charlie, the bruiser. How did you let him go to prison? And, you know, it starts to hurt me, but it's not going to destroy our gang. But it affects the morale of my people that I couldn't get Charlie. Everybody loves Charlie. Everybody loves Charlie. You know? Damn. So in the 11th month of my career, I saw my top man, Charlie, go to prison for 10 years. That DA is going to pay. That DA is going to pay. Let's see if we end up visiting the DA. Let's hope I roll a DA visit here. All right. So far, my story's turned into a year already, and it's very, very cool. 6, again. Gordy the Rusky. So we're going to 5 points again. So we're back to 5 points. So this is a huge neighborhood of boroughs. It is what it is. 5 points. Let's see if we can't. Some of these are very dangerous, so let's hope we get a decent one here. I want to get up to 1100. A Hungarian claims to be a great safecracker. Gain plus 35 MR. So we basically recruit a Hungarian. We recruit for all of our heists a Hungarian safecracker. Plus 20. So we're at 1,057. I only need 43 more to take on the Don's table. In my 13th month, I'm up. We got us a Hungarian safecracker, folks. Sweet. So again, give him a name and write it down in your diary or in your chart. What is this guy? Who is he? And then when you have a heist, you'll be able to use that narratively as to why you failed or succeeded at the heist. 7, Abraham Goldsmith. All right, we're going back to the Jewish quarter. I like the Jewish quarter. There's a lot of positive that can go down here in the Jewish quarter, as long as you're on the right side of this Abraham, right? So we're in the Jewish quarter. And let's make a roll. 3. They have trouble with the Nazis. Oh, see, and because we couldn't run them off last time, we're back to dealing with this, guys. Okay, 1057, but we're coming back with a little more juice in our step, and I have a feeling we're going to run them off this time. Boy, we better, because if I lose to the white supremacists twice, I'm going to be madder than hell. 1057. minus 760. Dangerous people are these guys. Plus 297. We have a big advantage, but I don't care about advantage. I care about running these guys off. We're going to crack some Nazi skulls here. I mean, we just won a war. It's 1948. A lot of my boys are home from the war. I might have even been in the war. We don't like the Nazis. We just don't like them. 297. All right, we need to roll 3 or better, baby. 3 or better. Come on, don't let me down, guys. My crew, 3 or better. 5. All right, we're going to win it. I'm actually begging to the dice gods. What'd I roll? I rolled a 5. Woo! I do not want to lose another one of these guys. 5. 5 is 55. So we gained 55 points. And guess what, folks? That's going to put us over 1,100. So we defeat. This was number... What was that number again to face the Nazis? It was number 3. So we defeated them and helped out the neighborhood, the Jewish quarter, and that's gonna make Abraham. We're gonna be in his best graces, and we made 55. So now, if I could just get back to the Don's district, I have a chance to win this game in pretty quick. Plus 55. We're at 1112. So my MR, my mobster rating is 1112. We're going into the 14th month of my career in Paradise City. All right, now we want to roll that 10. I want to see if I can't, what I can do here. The playtest has gone beautifully. So we need to roll a 10. Come on, baby. Give me a 10. Give me a 10. Give me a 10. 4. Jimmy Big Dog Jackson. We're going to the rail yards. I like that. Jimmy Big Dog running the rail yards. He's a bit of a pest. Controls a tariff on and off the freights, right? Whether the actual train company knows anything about it or can do anything about it out here doesn't matter. Jackson might be persuaded to offer us a partnership, DR500, and this is starred. Starred says, becomes reference to your own HD chart. So what will happen is this will change. If I succeed in making a partnership, number 3 in the future becomes a reference to my own headquarters, because now I'm also managing his territory. So this is huge. Minus 500, which makes this chart less dangerous. If I ever roll 3 on this chart again, I got to roll 3 to go to my headquarters, which means part of this neighborhood I'm responsible for if I make a deal with him. All right, so this is not easy though, as he's driving a hard bargain, right? So we can view this as not a battle. This is not a war. This is me trying to negotiate a fair deal to have some control of this district. Plus 612. I want to roll anything but a 0. 4. That's going to win, so we are going to succeed. I'm plus 612, and I roll the 4. Plus 125, baby. And not only that, we are growing in power. 125. That's going to be 237. We are MR 1237. We are almost ready to take on the Dawn in their 15th month. Holy cow. So we've cut a deal. So now number 3 on this chart becomes my own HQ chart, which is really just helps us avoid any major dangers. But the reality is we don't really want to go to our HQ chart. It's all we can do is lose points. We cannot benefit from going here. Well, you can. You can get an MR boost. You can get an MR boost. That's nice. Okay, here we go, folks. Let's hope I roll a 10. I want to go face that Dawn and see if I can win this game in our first playtest. 3. Charlie Hennigan is weak, so let's go to the Old Town. So turn 15, Old Town. Wow. And you can see how you can play this for a long, long time, right? Old Town. You can go up and down the ebbs and flows of your career as you climb to the top, and then maybe you lose a big one and right end up in prison or something. Here we go. But again, luckily enough, I started with a pretty powerful mobster. All right, Old Town. Let's find out what we're up to in Old Town this month. 1. Let's rob Hennigan's lottery. Oh, 875. We're going to rob his lottery. 1237 minus. We're going to do number 1. Rob him. So we're going to heist Hennigan's lottery. 875. That's going to still be a big bonus for us because we're so strong. And we have a safe cracker. So you can imagine we're going to use under the cloak of darkness. We're going to sneak in and pick the lock on his door, get into his hideout lottery, his safe, And then I've got a Hungarian bank safecracker that's going to crack this. So you say, well, how does the Hungarian matter? Well, the Hungarian gave me a plus 35 earlier, so I know, so he counts abstractly toward being capable of helping us beat this because I gained him, right? Now, I don't have to have him, but I can narratively say, oh, I know that part of the reason I'm at 1237 is this Hungarian safecracker. Minus 875 plus 362. Boy, we have got a real good chance of getting this lauder, stealing all of his mola. Don't roll low. 4. Oh, 3. I think that's going to be a victory for us. 4 on 360 chart. 4 is going to be plus 60. We did it. So we robbed Hinnigan. And he won't even know we were there. In and out, baby. Doesn't have a clue we were there. We gain 60 points. So we're at 1297 MR. And now we're in the 16th month of my career in Paradise City. Dang it, I need to roll a 10. I want to go take on the mob boss. Wouldn't it be so cool in my debut game seeing a win or a loss or a victory here? A win. 1. Damn. It's going to be business in our own HQ. I'm going to take the hit. I'm going to take the 20. So I can choose to take a 20-point hit. So we're going to drop. So HQ ignored it. Minus 20 points. We're going to be down to 1277. That'll be the beginning of the end for me, right? That'll be the jinx. How dare I not do something in my neighborhood? But I'm going to do that. And what happens is I roll again, and I have to use that number, right? I have to roll this chart, but I get to use that number on any other chart I want to. 3. And we're going to go all the way down here to the boss, and we got to use 3. So we're actually going to infiltrate. We're going to infiltrate the Uptown 3. Paradise City Imports and Trade should be a nice heist. 1175. So we're going to rob Paradise City Imports and Trade. So our 1277, but it's 1175. So we're on the plus 90 territory. This is dangerous. Well, we're going to rob one of the biggest banks or companies in the city, in the Uptown. 1277 minus, and again, our reputation could stand to go up here. 102 points. So we're looking at the 102 point mark. So we want to roll a 4 or better for us to succeed at robbing this trade company. 8, baby. So we're not only going to rob it, we're going to come away with 90 points. That was number 3. Robbed the trade company. And man, we made 80 points. We are at, oh my God, we're getting very powerful. We are going to win this game, baby. 1277 plus, and I took a 20-point hit to do this. And we made, how much did I roll? I rolled an 8. We made 80. We are now, our mob rating, folks, is 1357. The Don himself is only 1375, I think. So we are definitely, the Don is 1375. So if we could get to the Don, we have a shot of taking over and becoming the new kingpin of Paradise City. Unbelievable. Here we go. What fun, man. 4. Jimmy Big Dog. Okay, we're back to Big Dog. Now remember, so we're going to the rail yards. Remember, if I roll a 3, that's my HQ, right? So let's hope I roll a 3. 1. Okay, so we're the 17th month, the rail yards, number 1. Jackson holds you incoming shipment ransom. Oh man, it automatically just cost me 105. So he holds my incoming shipment ransom for 105 MR. I just lose. There's no challenge here. I just flat have to pay for it. MR. But I remember this kind of treatment, and I'm now down to 1252. He robbed me of my shipment. I'm at 1252. So in the 18th month, I'm still at 1252. But just like that, Jackson has let's put it this way, Jackson has made an enemy. Son of a gun. Son of a gun. He got away with something there. All right, let's go back up to the hit. So it cost me 105 points. And here we go. Flowchart, baby. What'd I roll? Another 1? HQ. Yes, I'm gonna pay the minus, and I'm going to the Dawn again. So HQ ignored. So I'm ignoring my neighborhood. I'm getting too big to pay attention to my neighborhood. Minus 20. That's going to put me down to 1230 MR. But I'm going to Don Marcello, Uptown. Okay, let's go back down to Don Marcello's chart. I need to roll a 10, baby. It's a chance for us to win the game. If I could roll a 10. Is that misspelled? District? No, it looks okay. So far, it's playing great. Okay, Don Marcello, I need to roll a 10. Come on, baby. Let's roll a 10. Come on, 10. Come on, 10. 2. Or 2's fine. How well do uptown mansions burn? Oh, we're going to burn a mansion to the ground. We're putting pressure on the uptown neighborhood now, trying to get Don Marcello out of his comfort zone. His stuff's going to start happening around his neighborhood. But this is dangerous, because we're going to burn down a rich man's mansion, which means fire trucks, police, the DA, the mayor, the city up and roars as an arsonist is on the loose. That arsonist happens to be employed by my gang. Thank God I'm powerful. But gee, many Christmas, you can see how dangerous this is going to be. 1252 minus 1050. We're at plus 202. And we're going to burn a mansion down. Wow, here we go. Let's hope I can do this. Let's hope I can do this. We need to blow. So we're at 202. We need to roll a 3 or better. So we got really good odds here. 3 or better. 5. We're going to do it. So we burn a mansion to the ground. 202. 5. And we made 30. So our reputation went up. So we burned a mansion to the ground and got away with it. And our reputation up to 1264. In our 19th month in Paradise City, a young buck coming to Paradise City trying to take over the rackets. We're doing a great job here. Great job here. And here we go. Game flow chart. 10. There it is. We're going back to Don Marcello. Back to the uptown. So we are definitely now. So we spooked him. He now knows that the uptown, and I might have even sent a little message to him when I burned it to the ground. We might have sent a little messenger that left a note on his fence. Careful, this could happen to your fancy mansion, right? All right, I need to roll a 10. If I can roll a 10, I have a shot at taking over, and I would win the game, and my character would become the new Don of Paradise City, and I could start with a new character. So here we go. We need to roll a 10. 6. Pete will stake out the Don and learn his every move. DR 575. All right. So Petey is trying to learn more about the Don before we go after him. So this is not ideal because it's an actual challenge. But we are strong enough to win it. 12. We are 1264 minus 5. 7. So Petey, we're leaving Petey behind to scout out Don Marcello and learn everything about Don Marcello as we're on the run, or we're on the lookout. We just do not want to roll that 10 now. We want to roll anything but a 0, anything but a 10. 2. Not wow. So Petey gets it done, but so we scout Marcello and we earn plus 75. So he gets the job done, but damn. Petey really comes back and says, listen, the guy barely leaves his mansion. He doesn't seem to have a routine where we could hit him outside the house. We're going to have to hit him in the house. Plus 75. So we're going to have to somehow get him in his home. But our MR goes up thanks to this intel to 1339. We're almost as strong as Don Marcello himself. I mean, we are building reputation, and we are building information, and we are building the mob to take over this city. So much fun. Man. 2. The coppers. Okay, the coppers are a pain, and we're pretty powerful, so they shouldn't cause much trouble here. We can't avoid this chart at all. 6. So the copper 6. This is turn 20. I've now been around almost as long as, a little longer maybe than Al Capone. So turn 20, the coppers. And what am I going to roll here on this chart? 9. The mayor is trying to bankroll a new precinct in your district, 550. Damn it, we got to stop this. So he wants to build a district in my neighborhood, which is going to put a crimp on my activities. And so we got to find a way to discourage the mayor or the contractors or the bidders on building an affordable district here. 1339 minus 550 is set plus 789. I should be able to glance at this and know, but again, I'm trying to do all the math because all of this information is going to help me double check whether the game is hard enough or it's too easy or too hard. 1339 minus 550 is plus 79. So again, we don't want to roll a 10. No 10. 4. Good. We're going to get this. And we get 125. My God, folks, we are up to 1339. We are becoming very powerful. 1339 plus 125. We are at 1464. We are by far the most powerful gang in the city. The coppers, so we discourage the mayor's new precinct, police precinct. Beautiful. And at turn 21 month of our career, we've only been here. We haven't even been here 2 years, and we have made a name for ourselves. And there is no doubt Don Marcello is getting very, very concerned about what's happening here. Here we go. We're almost ready to take him out. 9. Martin the D.A. Andrews is abusing his authority. Oh, this is the first time we've been to the downtown, right? So let's go and take a look at the downtown. Where am I at here? The downtown. The bustling downtown of Paradise City features grand old architecture, Art Deco buildings, and some are 30 stories high. The downtown is the home of the government offices, the legal courts, and the professional working class. Appearances are everything, and the city mayor and the DA work hard to make PC a beautiful place, but it is a shallow facade of corruption. The Don owns these men and institutions. This is where they strip the facade and cause much chaos. This is where you strip the facade and cause much chaos on the Don's established beauty, peacefulness, and calm. So again, we've already infiltrated his neighborhood. We've burned a mansion to the ground. We've spied him. Now we're going to go to work on the people he influences the most. The legal system. So let's go to work on the legal system. 8. Bust your top enforcer out of downtown jail. Oh, remember he was going to prison for 10 years? So we're going to bust him out. This is beautiful. So we're in the downtown. See, narratively, I can make sense, right? Our top enforcer was sentenced to 10 years in prison. And now it looks like we're going to be able to bust him out of jail. Of course, this has been months later, most likely. Yeah, maybe he's back for sentencing. And we're going to try to bust him out downtown. What number was that? Downtown number 8. Wow, but it's not easy, folks. To bust a man out of jail in downtown is 1464 minus 1025. That gives us a plus 300 and something. No, plus 439. 439. We're still going to be in a good spot here on the charts. So we need to roll a 2 or up. 2 or up to succeed at busting him out of jail. 7. We ought to do it. And not only that, we gain reputation. 7 is plus 150. Whoo! We busted Charlie, our enforcer. So when he came back, they brought him back for sentencing, or they brought him back for maybe another charge. I mean, they're charging him for something else. And we take the opportunity to bust him out of jail, unrelated to the crimes he committed with me, maybe. So they won't suspect that we're behind it. And we got another 150 points? Or 125. We got another 125 points. So we are up to 1589 is our MR. By far, we are ready now. So what I may have to do is have a rule that once you get up to, say, 1500, you automatically get to challenge the Don. But I kind of like the idea that there could be an ebb and flow to your career. I could end up bombing one of these. So my 22nd month. What are we doing? 3. I think we're going back to the rail yards, aren't we? All right. Again, this would be a book, so you'd be flipping back and forth. 3. Charlie Hennigan. So we're going to Old Town. Old Town. Here we go. Old Town. Let's roll. 1. Rob Hennigan's lottery. Oh, poor guy. We just keep robbing him. So again, Old Town. And he keeps building up money, and we just keep going back in because we have a safe cracker. And we're going to keep robbing this guy. 875. We're going to be plus 700 something. So all I need to roll is not a 0. 2. Oh, we almost got caught, though. So you can imagine the getaway was a little sloppy as we got out, but maybe they made chase. 75 points, though. We're up to, my God, we're up to 1,600 and something here. 1589 plus 75. We're up to 1664. Yeah, and I'm going to have a rule. We're at turn 24. Maybe the rule should be if you can make it 2 years, you automatically get to deal with the... But then you could be bad. You can make it 2 years and be like 400 points, you know. So, I may have to have a rule that once you get to 1,600, you can take over. I got to have some kind of rule. Because this can go on forever, and I never get that. I never get what I need. So there's a play test. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to say that if you get as high as 1,500, so you get to take on. So we're going to go to take on the Don. Take on the Don, and he is 13. So now it's our chance to become the new kingpin. The Don is 1375, so we are 1664 minus 1375. We're going to be plus 300 something here. Again, you have to forgive me for having to do the calculator, but 1664 minus 1375. We are at plus 289. So this is going to be easy, folks. We may in our 24th month fail this. I shouldn't say it won't be easy. It's going to be easy, but not guaranteed. 289. All right, if we roll, we want to roll a 3 or up, and we're going to defeat the Don. 3 or up, and we defeat the Don, and we win the game. And 3, oh, barely, but we do it. We do it. We go up 30 points, so we're going to become the new Don. Wow, what a game. So here we go. So, on turn 24, I'm going to have to make a note. I ran out of space on my paper here. Turn 24. So in the 24th month of our PC invasion, as the new up-and-coming gang, we defeated Don Marcello and became the new kingpin of PC with an MR rating of 1664 plus... What I roll to succeed this? 40 points. So 1704 is the new rating. Holy cow. So I would go, then what would happen is in my notebook, this becomes, instead of Don Marcello, this becomes 2 bits, Lachano, and that number would become 1704. That would be the high score. So I can also keep my Don high scores. Right? It took me, so here's how I record this in my notebook as high scores. High scores. Number 1 right now, 2 bits. Took 24 turns. MR 1704, and he's the new Don. So I won the game. Took me 24 turns. His MR is 1704, and I keep that as my high score in my little universe if I do it again. 2-bit Slaciano is now the new Don of Paradise City. So I need to make one rule change. You can automatically challenge the Don if you're at, say, 15. You got to get beyond him to automatically challenge him. That would be so powerful that they literally, I could buy off his people and they would open the doors to his mansion. I walk in and basically tell him, you're done, right? So that number needs to be maybe 1,600, something like that. Anyway, there you have it. Thank you for watching. It's taken me an hour to play a game. That's pretty darn sweet. I want everybody out there to have a great weekend. And again, I'm going to go through and make sure all the grammar and spelling and everything's tight here. I'm going to probably play a couple of more of these play tests, make sure the math is suitable to make it fun yet challenging. And there you have it. So it's taken us on our first play test ever, public debut of Big Country Mobster. We have managed to build a mobster that out of the gate was already rated 750. That's a big deal. You're normally not going to do that. And you saw what advantage I had as I'm a mobster rolling into Paradise City, already dangerous and well established. It took me 2 years to become the kingpin of Paradise City in the Big Country universe. Thank you for watching. Good day.